cannot be and is not boredom. But you feel bored because you do not understand the meaning of creativity. Anyone who is creative, we call God as creator. Creating means each time when you create something, it is an act of creation, not a repetition. You are consciousness, and that is constantly growing. If you can see the subtle difference, each time a chef makes the same dish again, it is not same. The ingredients by name are same, but by quality may be same, but they are different. Just as a man is a man, he have the qualities of being man, but two men are not same. There is something different between the two. You take two potatoes, both are potatoes, they are carbohydrates. The potato that you used yesterday to make the dish is no more today. This subtle difference you cannot see. That's why you keep on saying the same thing again and again. And also, you consider not yourself alive. If you are alive means you realize that you are consciousness which is constantly flowing. As Heraclitus says, you cannot enter the same river twice. So you are constantly flowing. Consciousness flows. It's not stationary like a pool. The water in the swimming pool does not flow. It is fixed. It has a certain limitations, boundaries within which it flows. Whereas river has no boundaries. It flows, it rivers. Such is the nature of consciousness. It looks like repetition to you, but if there is a being, a total being, something like God, he is not bored. If he is bored, there is no need to continue. He can stop, he can say no more. Finished, but he is not bored, so he continuously make the same thing over and over again. He loves whatsoever is happening, he loves it, but you do not. You find this is repetition. So whatsoever happens, the aspect, the very understanding of creativity is whatsoever is happening, you love it, you enjoy it. Then you are a creator, not a worker, not a laborer. He is a creator. A Picasso, a musician, is a creator because each time he creates a music, it is a new composition, new creation. Picasso is not bored. If your act becomes a creation, whatsoever you are doing, it is coming out of your creative instincts, then you will not be bored. And your each act will become an act of creation if you love it. But basic difficulty is that you cannot love whatsoever you do because you hate yourself. The first thing is this: you have to love yourself. Then anything that happens or comes out of you will not be a problem. It will be an act of creativity and you will love it. With meditation, when the process of transformation takes its roots or it begins to sprout within, then you realize you start loving everything. You start loving your body. You start loving whatsoever you do. A simple act of cleaning, taking a shower is not a boredom. You enjoy doing it. Then even mopping the floor, cleaning the restroom, cooking will become an act of creation. But this will happen only when you accept yourself as you are totally. You do not condemn yourself. And as the awareness begins to blossom into you, you are going deeper and deeper into your being. You will start accepting yourself more and more. If you have not accepted yourself, you have not thanked the existence for creating you. From your heart, there is no thankfulness towards the existence, towards the God. Really, you have a grudge. Why have you created me? Why have you created me? Now this question has changed. In the beginning, when inner blossoming has not begun, you always complain, why have you created me? Deep down you go on asking, why I have been thrown into this situation, into this existence? What is the purpose of my life? Think if suddenly God meets you, what would you ask? The first question you will ask Him, you will ask, why have you created me in the first place? This was your state before the inner journey began. Before something of the awakened one started entering into you. Now, a little bit of understanding of the awakened one of the Buddha is entering into you. You are not asking this question, why have you created me? If that is not the situation, you will ask, why have you created me? Did you create me to suffer? To be in agony permanently? To be unnecessarily wandering through lives and lives? Why did you create me anyways? Again and again you will ask this question. Every spouse asks her husband, why did you put me into this situation? Why did you make me pregnant? You have, the moment you accept yourself, first thing is this, you have to accept yourself as you are, and then you will start accepting the act out of you. Love yourself. Accept yourself as you are. Then your actions are secondary to it. It flows out of your being. If you have not learned the art of loving your being, Your actions will not be act of creation. The moment you love yourself, and then the acts that are coming out of this lovingness of yourself will become an act of creation. If I love myself, then whatsoever I do, I love it. And if I do not love it, I can stop it. What is the need to continue? But you do not love, and the source that is creating that particular dish is unloved, has not experienced the love. If you do not love yourself, the source out of which everything is evolving is not loved, so the products that comes out of that will not be loved. So love is the nourishment of the soil. If this inner soil is nourished by love, your self-acceptance, the love, when you love your spouse, what does the spouse do? It gives you a confidence, a trust to love yourself. You are worthy, you are worth, you have a purpose, you are as precious. In the company of your lover or beloved, the first thing you have to feel that you start loving yourself. If you start loving yourself deeply, the company of the awakened one gives you this feeling. It starts getting deeper and deeper into you. It starts deepening, and you start loving yourself as you are. No condemnation, nothing whatsoever. Your spouse should give you this similar feeling. Then your spouse is nothing else but a divine lover for you. He has the awakening, and he is the light. In that light, you are exploring yourself. You realize that you are worth. You begin to realize your own worth, your own preciousness, your inner beauty, and you start loving yourself. Then whatsoever the source is loving, whatsoever comes out of it will also be beautiful. And whatsoever you do, you may be an engineer, you may be a doctor, you may be a musician, you may be a scientist. Whatsoever you do, you will not hate it. Your hate makes it negative. It is you do not respect you, you do not honor your own being, you do not love it, you hate yourself. Many times it is said, when you are a failure in love, the relationship has not given you the feeling of fulfillment within you. Fulfillment comes that you start accepting yourself as you are. Your lover, your beloved, the first quality or first condition is that the one, if he is really a lover and beloved, he must give you a feeling in his presence, in her presence. You start feeling yourself more and more loving. You start realizing that you are worthy. You start loving, you do not hate. Many times the lover and beloved are said to say that I hate myself. I hate myself. You say you hate it and you go on finding excuses for what you are doing. You say, I am doing it for my wife, for my children, and your father is doing it for you, and his father did it for him, and your children will do it for their children, and nobody will enjoy the life. Whatever I do it myself. I am cooking not for anybody else but for myself. It is an expression of my love. It is an expression of my inner joy or blossoming. It is the food that I cook, the music that comes out of me, the words that flow out of me is the manifestation of my inner beauty, inner fragrance, inner joy. And this is why at times when you say that the food that I cook now tastes better, or when I had the last concert, the people loved the music and many people approached me in a different way that has never happened, because now whatsoever you are doing, you have accepted yourself. Your lover or beloved has given you the opportunity, created the background that you started loving yourself. You do not hate yourself. You are more and more loving to yourself. And out of that lovingness, whatsoever is manifesting is the fragrance of your being. Myriad flowers have started blossoming into you. As the moment you find a lover or a beloved who makes you love yourself more, accept yourself more, your innerness starts blossoming, starts rejoicing, myriads of love, as if the season of spring has come deep within. And then the whole garden, that is your life, is filled with fragrance, the beauty and luster of the flowers in the garden. And you do not say that you are cooking for yourself, you're cooking for your husband or wife, or you are doing this for children. Saying that I am doing it for my children, my husband, my wife, my father and mother, these are the tricks. Simply you are covered. You cannot escape from it, because it gives you security. Husband gives you security, wife gives you security. It gives you security, safety, income, bank balance, because you are covered. You cannot stop doing it, and you cannot start doing that which you love. But now the moment your beloved gives you, creates an aura around you to start loving yourself, you know for the first time what love is. Then you go on creating things out of you. Then you do not go on putting everything on your children, on your wife. And your father did the same thing to you, to his wife. Your mother did the same to her husband, to her children. But I want you to change this. You are doing it for yourself first. And then, if you are doing for others, it is not evolving out of your own innerness. It will not have the fragrance of the flowers of love, of acceptance that has started blossoming within you. At times, people say that you should change your spouse, change your job. If he feels ask the children. He is going to the school, feels bored. He says, I am going for my father. He feels happy. My father feels happy, my mother feels happy, that's why I go. If I do not go, he feels miserable. And your wife, she is doing everything just for you and her children. No one is really existing or doing things for himself or herself. No one loves himself enough to exist for himself. Then everything goes wrong. Life and everything. The source is poisoned. You are the source of happiness. If the source is poisoned, love makes the source a nectar. The moment your spouse gives you, creates a feeling in you, or in his or her presence you feel your worth, you realize that you are precious, you are very special. You feel within, not that anybody has told you. I have not told anyone that you are precious. In my presence, you feel your worth, your preciousness, your inner beauty, and because of that, the inner climate has changed. This inner soil is more and more nourished, and in that nourishment, the season of spring has come within you. And whatsoever comes out of you, whatsoever is your profession, be the singing, be it painting, be it anything else, becomes the manifestation of your inner joy. The source is nectar now. And then all that comes out of it, all that comes out of that source is nectarine. I do not think by changing the job you will love it. If your being is still, the source is still poison. By changing, your spouse will not help. No, you will bring your quality to the new job also. In the beginning, it may be a sensation, something new, but sooner or other, you will start settling down, and it will be the same old story because the source is poisoned. Change yourself, love whatsoever you do, howsoever is small, it makes no difference. The source is changing. I am reminded of an anecdote. It happened that when Abraham Lincoln became the president, on the first day he was inaugurating the Senate. Someone who was very jealous of his power, his prestige, his success, stood and said to Abraham Lincoln, "Don't forget, your father was a shoemaker." Abraham Lincoln's father was a shoemaker. He was inaugurating the Senate. one who was jealous of him always, stood up and said, Abraham, don't forget that your father was a shoemaker. It was absolutely irrelevant, absurd at that moment. And the man who said it added, your father was a shoemaker and he used to make shoes for my family. Don't forget this. Your father used to make the shoes for my family. It was just an insult to Abraham. The whole Senate began to laugh because everyone was jealous how Abraham Lincoln reached to that place. Deep down, everyone was feeling the chair belongs to me, and this man has gotten it, ushered it. Of course, whenever someone succeeds, he succeeds in some cunning way. Only you succeed rightly. Everyone thinks that way. That whosoever has reached, Abraham Lincoln has reached to this position, it is because of some malpractices. Only you consider yourself that you succeed rightly. This is how we adjust to others, to the success gained by others. It was cunning by some wrong techniques that somehow Abraham has reached to this position. This is the general mentality of everyone. This is how we can tolerate and console ourselves over the success of the other. So the whole Senate laughed. But Abraham said something which is beautiful. We should learn from this. Abraham Lincoln said something which is beautiful. He said, it is so good of you to remind me of my father. I know he was a shoemaker, but I have never seen such a shoemaker. He was unique. He was a creator because he loved shoemaking. And I cannot think myself as successful as my father is, as he was, because I do not love presidency as much as he loved shoemaking. Imagine Abraham Lincoln stood up and said, I know my father was a shoemaker, but he is a unique shoemaker. He is a creator. I do not love presidency the way he loved shoemaking. He enjoyed it. He was blissful. I will never be blissful in this presidency, in this job as presidency, as he was just as a shoemaker. But why have you remembered him this moment? Abraham continued. But why have you remembered him this moment? I know, said Abraham Lincoln, that my father was making shoes for your family, but he never complained. So I hope the shoes were all right. But you remember him in this moment without any relevance. I feel some shoe is still pinching you. I am his son. Give me, I can repair it. Imagine what did Abraham Lincoln said. It is recorded. He said, at this moment you remembered him that he used to make shoes for your family. My father was making shoes for your family, but they never complained. The family, and he has been making shoes for long. They never complained about it. So I hope the shoes were all right. But you remember him now. It seems that the shoe is still pinching you. I can repair it because I am his son. If you love yourself, if you love your work, you live in a different milieu. Around you, a different milieu is created. At times, after the job that you are doing, I ask you, how does it feel to work? You gave a totally different, not a different expression, but not really what has happened. Because you have started loving yourself, you started loving whatsoever you do, whatsoever profession you was that was giving you income. Earlier, you did it as compulsion. Now, you are doing as an expression, as a manifestation of your own love. The milieu is different. In that milieu, nothing is repeated. Earlier, you used to feel that whatsoever you are doing as a part of your living was a repetition, but it is not now anymore in that. It is no more repetition. Repetition only happens when you only to a bored mind. Don't say that you are bored because of repetitive acts. Acts appear repetitive because you are bored. So now you started loving, and the people started giving you a different response to you because you have started loving yourself. And whatsoever you are doing, whatsoever comes out of you is coming out of your own inner joy, inner fulfillment, inner acceptance of yourself totally. It is that now somebody has created a milieu around you, that you, in that milieu, you started loving and respecting yourself. No more you are. Earlier, this milieu was not there, so you used to hate yourself, but now you love yourself. When you love yourself, your act becomes an act of creativity. It will have a different milieu. It will have milieu within. It will create a different aura or fragrance or luster around that, whatsoever be your profession. Enough for now.